Walaza for South Africa is flying. Johansson on the outside also running strongly. But Walaza is being pursued by Jake Odie Jordan as he's a roll. Just too late. It is the double for Bayanda Walaza.
South Africa has a new name lighting up the track, and it's sending shockwaves through the sprinting world. Meet Bayanda Walaza, the 100-metre and 200-metre sensation that's turning heads and pushing veterans to the edge of their comfort zones. If you haven't heard of him yet, you will now. Born in the heart of South Africa, Bayanda Walaza didn't grow up with elite facilities or fancy shoes. What he had was a gift and a determination to match. Raised in a working-class neighborhood, he began running as a kid in schoolyard races, always the fastest, always a step ahead.
His natural speed caught the eye of local coaches by the time he was 12. Within a few years, he was breaking records at youth meets and making waves nationally. His family, recognizing his potential, backed him through local training programs, childhood photos, early race footage, coach interviews.
One coach recalled, he didn't just run fast, he ran smart. That's rare at his age. By his late teens, Bayanda had clocked a 10.34-second 100-metre and a 20.74-second 200-metre, numbers that put him in elite conversations.
Walaza! 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 Here comes Bayanda Walaza. Walaza's going to win this one, and he does so. 20.09. Oh.
In 2022, he stunned South African fans with a blistering 200-meter performance that caught the attention of scouts and international analysts. Just a year later, in 2023, he clocked a personal best of 10.19 seconds in the 100 meters. These weren't just fast times, they were statements. And with every race, Bayanda was proving he wasn't just promising, he was arriving. His performance at the South African National Championships drew standing ovations. Beating more experienced rivals, Bayanda claimed silver in the 200 meters with a time of 20.45 seconds and pushed the eventual winner to the very last meter.
Just too late. It is the double for Bayanda Walaza. Gout Gout gave a glimpse of why he is a name for the future.
Speed doesn't come from nowhere. Bayanda's training is relentless. His weekly regimen includes explosive gym workouts focusing on strength and power development with deadlifts, sled pulls, and Olympic lifts. On the track, he sharpens his sprint mechanics with reaction drills and block starts to ensure he explodes out of the gate. To boost agility and coordination, he incorporates plyometrics and core sessions that include bounding, medicine ball routines, and hurdle hops. His recovery process is just as meticulous, involving protein-focused meals, strict hydration routines, regular massages, and physiotherapy to keep his body in peak condition. Bayanda trains under elite coaches in Pretoria, focusing not just on speed, but biomechanics. They analyze his every stride. His reaction time at the start has improved to under 0.14 seconds. He absorbs feedback instantly. That's what sets him apart. Bayanda made his international debut in 2023 at the African U20 Championships. He placed second in the 200 meters, narrowly missing gold but earning massive respect. In 2024, he shocked seasoned sprinters at the ASA Grand Prix, finishing first in the 100 meters ahead of Olympic veterans. Whispers turned into headlines. Who is this kid from South Africa? In one training camp, he reportedly outpaced 2 national team members. Word spread fast. A star wasn't just born. He was sprinting past expectations.
Gout Walaza for South Africa is flying. Johansson on the outside also running strongly. But Walaza is being pursued by Jake Odie Jordan as his nearest challenge.
Off the track, Bayanda is described as humble, focused, and fiercely competitive. He often visits local schools to speak about perseverance and dreams. He's also known to crack jokes in the locker room and never forgets where he came from. That balance of focus and fun makes him a favorite among teammates and fans alike. His Instagram has grown steadily, showcasing his workouts, races, and motivational captions that resonate with young fans. Sports journalists in South Africa are calling Bayanda the most promising sprinter in a decade. He reminds us of early Wade van Niekerk, quiet, disciplined, and deadly fast. Fans are filling comment sections. He's our next Olympic hope. This kid gives me chills. His 200-meter finish is explosive. There's growing excitement around potential sponsorship deals and international training opportunities. Some predict he could qualify for Paris 2024.
Away. It's heading for a South African 1-2, but here comes Bootsong. South Africa, gold and bronze.
Bayanda has his eyes firmly set on the Olympics and the Diamond League circuit. His primary goals include breaking the elusive 10.00 second barrier in the 100 meters and consistently running under 20.00 seconds in the 200 meters. Beyond personal bests, he's focused on qualifying for the World Athletics Championships and making his mark on the global stage. Currently, he is preparing for a series of international meets in Europe, where he'll face off against some of the fastest sprinters from the United States and Jamaica. He's currently preparing for international meets in Europe, where he'll race against top-tier sprinters from the US and Jamaica. The global sprint scene better watch out. This South African rocket is not slowing down. Veterans in the game are beginning to take note and worry. A new face running times that took them years to achieve? That's pressure. Bayanda's ability to close a race in the final 30 meters is particularly feared. Even when trailing, he seems to find another gear. It's not just his times, it's his composure, the confidence, the hunger. Bayanda Walaza isn't a maybe. He's a rising force. From dirt tracks to digital headlines, he embodies the spirit of South African athletics. Raw talent, hard work, and unstoppable belief. So, is Bayanda Walaza the next big thing in sprinting? If the clock is the judge, the answer is racing toward yes. Keep your eyes on this name because his story is just beginning. If you were impressed by Bayanda's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more rising athlete profiles. Drop a comment below. What do you think his next milestone will be? And who should we cover next? Stay tuned, because we'll be tracking Bayanda's journey all the way to the world stage.
Problems here. Great start for Davis and Talu Smith. Talu Smith driving hard. Hobbs going well in lane 7. Zoe Hobbs at the moment just looking like she's on terms with Davis and Talu Smith. Davis.
All I know is that was a really good start. I came out really low, almost stumbled, but I managed to hold it, and then maybe at about 30 I was still ahead, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Just keep going, just keep flowing. I don't know. I'm mind blown.
Zoe Hobbs just made history. At the 2025 Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, Czech Republic, the New Zealand sprinter delivered a performance that not only reset the national record, but redefined sprinting in Oceania. Clocking 10.94 seconds in the women's 100 meters, Hobbs became the fastest woman in Oceania's track history. It was a blistering, high-pressure race filled with elite competition, and Hobbs didn't just hold her own. She set a new standard. This wasn't just a personal best. It was the first time she had gone sub-11 since 2023. A clear signal that she's back in top form, and perhaps stronger than ever. This achievement didn't come from nowhere. Hobbs had already set the Oceania record in 2023 with a time of 10.96 seconds. That made her the first woman from the region to break the 11-second barrier. Fast forward to 2025, and she's not just maintaining form, she's improving it. At 27, Hobbs has dominated New Zealand, sprinting for nearly a decade. She holds multiple national titles and owns the Oceanian indoor 60-meter record as well. Her consistency and progression have made her a standout in a region not traditionally known for sprinting excellence. And yet, Hobbs has done more than just run fast. She's redefined what's possible for athletes coming from smaller athletics programs, and for many young runners in Oceania, she's become the new benchmark. The setting for this record was no small-time meet. The Golden Spike in Ostrava is a World Athletics Continental Tour Gold event. A tier just below the Diamond League, it's known for fast times and top-tier competition, and this year was no different. Hobbs was up against a world-class field that included Liberia's Thelma Davies, who clocked 10.91 seconds, and Marie-Josée Talu Smith of the Ivory Coast, who posted a 10.92. In that lineup, Hobbs still managed to place third, but more importantly, she left with the fastest time ever recorded by a woman from Oceania. From the very start of the race, Hobbs showed she meant business. Later, in interviews, she admitted to nearly stumbling out of the blocks. "I came out really low, almost stumbled," she said. Despite that shaky beginning, she managed to regain composure almost immediately and push through a competitive pack. By the 30-meter mark, she was still in the lead. From that point, her focus was pure execution. Just keep going. Just keep flowing. She recalled thinking mid-race. That mindset carried her through a clean, technically sound finish. Hobbs' ability to hold form through the final 40 meters proved critical. While Davies and Talu Smith edged past her in the closing stages, Hobbs held steady to cross the line in 10.94. That time not only beat her previous best, but did so under race day pressure against top athletes. Her execution in Ostrava revealed not just peak physical condition, but competitive maturity. In sprinting, a 0.02 of a second improvement is significant. For Hobbs, it was a breakthrough that confirmed her status among the sport's elite. What makes this performance even more impressive is the context Hobbs entered the meet, coming off a rocky European campaign. Just weeks prior, she had posted an 11.42 in Poland, one of her slowest performances in recent memory. She was also disappointed with her outing in Doha. The travel schedule had taken a toll, and by her own admission, she was feeling fried and cooked from the continuous strain of being on the road. But rather than spiral, she regrouped. Doha, I was really disappointed with, and Poland I felt like was one of the worst races I've run in probably the last 3 weeks. I was really questioning what the heck happened, but I think I was just a little bit fried, a little bit cooked from the 3 weeks of travel, Hobbs said. In Finland, the weekend before Ostrava, Hobbs found reassurance her times improved, and she began to feel in sync with her training. In the 2 to 3 weeks leading up to the Czech meet, she reported consistent, high-quality training sessions. That foundation paid off. Her ability to shift from one of her worst performances to a record-setting run speaks volumes about her resilience and competitive grit. It's that mental toughness combined with technical excellence that defines champions. This record also reverberates far beyond the finish line. Zoe Hobbs' 10.94 isn't just a win for her personal legacy, it's a statement for all of Oceania. Sprinting in the region has often been overshadowed by dominance from the United States, Jamaica, and parts of Europe and Africa. But Hobbs is changing that narrative. She has become a symbol of what's possible when dedication meets opportunity. Her performance adds credibility to New Zealand's sprint program and shines a spotlight on a part of the world often overlooked in athletics. It also carries cultural significance. Hobbs, who is of Maori descent through the Ngaruahine Iwi, represents a growing presence of indigenous excellence on the world stage. Her achievements resonate not just with fellow athletes, but with communities who see her as a role model. She blends elite sport with cultural identity, showcasing that heritage and high performance can coexist powerfully. From a technical perspective, the 10.94 is a product of meticulous preparation. Hobbs' start mechanics have always been solid, but in Ostrava, her ability to recover from a near stumble and still execute a textbook drive phase speaks to elite-level proprioception. Between 30 to 60 meters, she showed clean acceleration, holding pace with 2 of the world's best. Her transition to top-end speed was seamless, and most importantly, she maintained form under fatigue, a critical component in the final stretch of any 100-meter sprint. Her performance was a masterclass in staying composed, technically sound, and mentally focused under pressure. Looking ahead, this performance opens doors. Hobbs is now a strong contender for a spot in next month's Diamond League event in Monaco. Given the field in Ostrava and the time she posted, it's likely she will receive the invitation. From there, attention will turn to the World Championships and ultimately Paris 2028. At 27, Hobbs is in her prime. She has several competitive seasons ahead and, based on current form, she's only getting faster. Her place in New Zealand's Olympic team looks solid, and she now enters the conversation as a potential semi-finalist or even finalist on the global stage. But beyond medals and placements, Zoe Hobbs has already achieved something far more enduring. She has shifted the expectations for what sprinters from Oceania can accomplish. She has injected energy into New Zealand's athletic scene and offered a blueprint for other regional athletes aiming to compete at the world level. Her 10.94 is more than a time. It's a signal. Oceania is no longer an afterthought in global sprinting. With Hobbs leading the charge, it's a region to watch. If Zoe Hobbs' record-breaking run fired you up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Can she go even faster this season? Let us know what you think.
There is Gout Gout. Quite a sensation, this young man. Australia love him, partly because of the name, partly because he is just brilliant. who now expects Amenya to lead into the straight, and Gout, their third from left, come back at him once they get into the straight. His first race as a pro in Europe, this from Gout Gout. Now he's got a target. Menya moving away from him, or is he? In the headband, a battle between these two, and Gout working so hard to get to him, and he gets there. Gout takes it by a metre and moving away. 20.04. Battling all the way. The strongest part of his race is always that last 50. He holds his form so well. It's an optical illusion. It looks like he's accelerating, but he's not. Nobody does. Maybe Bolt did back then, but Gout wouldn't be, but he's holding his form. And as the others slow, as they tire, so he eases past them. It's a personal best for Gout, 20.02. We're just checking what the wind was doing that. 0 wind, still air there. And Gout has taken it to Menya and said, anything you've got, boy, I've got more.
Australian athletics just witnessed something extraordinary. Gout Gout, a 17-year-old high school student from Queensland, demolished his own national record on his first race in Europe. The Golden Spike meet in Ostrava, Czech Republic, became the stage for one of the most stunning debuts in recent athletics history. Gout Gout represents everything remarkable about modern athletics. Born in Ipswich near Brisbane to South Sudanese parents who immigrated to Australia in 2005, he stands as one of 7 children in his family. His name carries special significance, originally spelled Gout, before mistranslation from Arabic during his early childhood. The correct pronunciation is Gwat, not how most people initially read it. This Queensland teenager still attends Ipswich Grammar School, balancing Year 12 studies with professional athletics. His parents fled Sudan for Egypt before eventually settling in Australia. The war-torn country of Sudan has never won an Olympic gold medal, making Gout's emergence even more significant for his heritage. The comparisons to Usain Bolt started early and continue growing stronger. Both athletes share remarkably similar physical attributes: tall, slim physiques with distinctive long-legged, high-kicking running styles. Their shared love for Manchester United Football Club adds another parallel. Bolt himself acknowledged the similarities, sending an Instagram direct message saying, "He looks like young me after watching Gout's race videos." The Golden Spike meet in Ostrava provided the perfect stage for Gout's international breakthrough. This World Athletics Continental Tour Gold event attracted a sold-out crowd of 15,000 spectators. The teenager had to wait for a mid-year school holidays to make his professional racing debut in Europe. There is Gout Gout. Australia love him, partly because of the name, partly because he is just brilliant, commentator Tim Hutchings announced as the world watched this phenomenon for the first time. The race setup positioned Gout in lane 6, creating perfect timing for Wednesday morning television news shows back in Australia. His main competition came from Cuban Rainier Mina, who had won the last 2 Diamond League 200-meter races. Mina represented seasoned international experience against Gout's raw teenage talent. Gout delivered exactly what the athletics world hoped to see. He clocked 20.02 seconds in the 200 meters, improving his own Australian national record by 0.02 of a second. The legal win reading measured exactly 0.0 meters per second, making this performance completely legitimate. His victory margin told the complete story. Rainier Mina finished second in 20.19 seconds, a gap of 0.17 seconds. Britain's Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake claimed third place with 20.60 seconds. The dominance was clear and decisive. "I feel good, new personal best, new national record in my first European race," Gout told reporters afterward. "I don't feel any pressure because as soon as I step out on that track, it's just me by myself and what I've got to do, my favorite thing, and that's to run." The race strategy unfolded exactly as Gout predicted. Mina led through the first 100 meters as expected. Gout trailed by approximately 1 meter entering the final 50 meters. Then his signature strong finish took control. Commentary analysis revealed something fascinating about Gout's racing style. Tim Hutchings explained the optical illusion that makes Gout appear to accelerate while others slow down. Hutchings explained, "The strongest part of his race is always the last 50 meters. He holds his form so well, it's an optical illusion. It looks like he is accelerating, but he is not. Nobody does. Maybe Bolt did back then, but Gout wouldn't be. He is holding his form. As the others slow, they tire. He eases past them." This technical aspect explains why Gout prefers the 200 meters over shorter distances. I definitely like 200 more than 100 because 100 is a bit too short for me. You get the start, and then you're already at the finish line, he explained. I really like getting out and getting to my top speed and holding it to the finish line. So 200 is great and I love it. His race strategy centers on this strength. Gout acknowledges his starts represent his biggest weakness, but his finishing power compensates dramatically. If he stays within striking distance coming off the turn, victory becomes probable. Gout's personal best times across multiple distances showcase his versatility. 60 meters, 6.98 seconds. 100 meters, 10.17 seconds. 200 meters, 20.02 seconds. New Australian record. 400 meters, 46.20 seconds. The wind-assisted controversy adds context to his true speed potential. At the Australian National Championships in Perth during April 2025, Gout recorded times of 19.84 and 19.98 seconds in the 200 meters. Both performances were ruled illegal due to excessive tailwind above the 2.0 meters per second threshold. These wind-assisted times would have shattered the sub-20-second barrier. The legitimacy of his 20th .02 performance in Ostrava